Hey guys, today, Greek social structure. It's going to be great. All right, so I know I promised I wouldn't show a video within a video again, but I forgot about Sparta. So I've got to show you a video and a video again because I want to go through that video with you. Okay, so video enough, huh? All right, so let's talk about the Greek social structure. Greek city-states, they're designed to promote civil and commercial life. What does that mean? So they're designed to promote business. So that shipping and trade economy we were talking about before, designed to promote business and designed to promote political life. Okay, civil and commercial life. Men and women and slaves all had clearly defined roles. That's no different than in any other society. All right, societies divided into free and enslaved people. People became slaves by being a captive of war, born into it, parents selling them into it, right, or failing to repay a debt. Most of the time, some parents, not all, would sell their children to be like indentured servants or slaves for a certain number of years until the debt to another person was paid off. So kind of sucks, right? Slaves didn't have political rights. They had no power within society or a status. Most families owned slaves as household servants or laborers. The slaves in Sparta are actually called helots, and they had a very large helot population. They did the farming, they did all the manual labor in order to keep that city state running. Because as you will see when we talk about Sparta, everybody was militaristic. Next, Greek cities promote civil and commercial life due to the small size of the policies. The reason why they had to promote civil and commercial life was the fact that they are small, independent city states that have their own governments. All right. When we talk about Athens, we talk about citizens. Citizens were free adult males. Okay. Citizens had political rights and responsibility of civic participation in government. Like they had a duty to vote, to make their voice heard. They help make public decisions throughout society. They themselves decided, hey, do we need a road here? Yes. Okay, let's get together. Let's build it. All right. So that's called, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hang on one second. Women, foreigners, and slaves within Greek society had no rights. All right. In Greece, you could not become a slave based on your race. It was not about race in Greece. This is the first place where we see this, and we see it again in Roman society and in Islamic society as well. Classical Athens, they are going to develop the most democratic form of system the world had ever seen. All right, and it's going to become the model for other democracies later on. Although not everyone could participate. Remember, it's only the free adult males that can participate. Women, slaves, and foreigners have no rights within Greece. All right. You have two contrasting philosophies. In Athens, you have a democracy. All right. A democracy is ruled by the people, consent of the governed, right? Sparta had an oligarchy, which is ruled by a small group. All right. Over time, Athens evolves into this democracy. They did not begin as a democracy. The first form of government found in Athens was monarchy, which was ruled by a king. All right. Then they moved to an aristocracy, which is ruled by a wealthy elite. Then they moved to tyranny. Tyranny is when people come to power by force. And then finally, they shifted or transitioned to a democracy, which is rule by the people. You have to know the order in which Athens becomes a democracy. So you've got monarchy, aristocracy, tyranny, democracy. My awesome turtle dances. That's how you'll remember that, okay? Um, my awesome turtle dances monarchy, aristocracy, tyranny, and democracy. So just remember my awesome turtle dances, and that'll help you on your multiple choice test, right? Two tyrants that really paved the way for democracy to become a reality within Athens are Draco and Solon. Draco developed a law code that changed Athens. It was a very strict system of justice, and it punished both serious and trivial crimes with death. All right. If someone's talking about something being draconian, that means it's like really old way and strict way of doing things. All right. So Lone really was the guy that laid the foundation for democracy because he worked for reform by repealing or replacing parts of that law. Some of it was good. He also canceled land debts, outlawed loans that placed humans as collateral. What does that mean? That means that you cannot, if someone doesn't repay their debt, you cannot make them your slave. Okay, so he outlawed those loans. He freed those enslaved due to debts, so that's going to make some people mad. And he's going to create a system of government that allowed for citizens to participate and held government officials responsible for their actions. Right? In Athens, they have a particular type of democracy that's very important for us to understand the difference between, because you got two types of democracy. You've got a direct democracy, and when we talk about Rome, they're going to have a representative democracy, and that's what we have in the United States. But in a direct democracy, citizens directly participate in the day-to-day affairs of government. Example, if a road needs to be built, people vote on it directly, and their decision as a group becomes the outcome. Okay, so in this case, majority rules. Okay, public debate. How do they decide on this? They have a public debate. Two people argue the sides. Okay, either for the road or against the road. And then based off of that debate, the people decide. All right, citizens discuss and weigh the pros and cons of laws that they want to pass, things that they want to do within their society, like building roads, temples, things like that, criminal punishments, and building projects, which I just said, sorry. Duties of the citizen. In Athens, your duty is to participate in governmental affairs. Your duty is to vote. Your duty is to serve on the jury and to participate in public debate. Pericles, who's the guy we're going to talk about when we talk about the golden age of Pericles, he said that a citizen that did not participate in government was useless. A person that does not fulfill their civic duty is worthless and not wanted in his society. All right, Sparta. Sparta is our other major group within Athens that we'll talk about, and Sparta is very, very different from Athens. All right, Sparta was ruled by an oligarchy. That is a small group, okay? They had a very rigid social structure. Everyone in that society, women were childbearers, men, you were to serve in the military. They had a very militaristic, very aggressive society. Life in Sparta was in service to the state. The good of the state was outweighed over the individual every day of the week. Education and rearing was geared toward making young men and women model and obedient citizens that were willing to lay down their life for their state. Okay. This is the video I've got to watch with you. Okay. Here we go.